Hello everybody and welcome back. Hopefully you are enjoying this series on real gear. The next one we're going to cover today is a minimum equipment list of things that you need to go flying. Either legal reasons or because you physically you can't do anything without them. First off, the legal reason. You need your logbook. This has your endorsements. It has basically your sign off that you can legally fly. This is essentially you are checked off. You must have your logbook with you. This is how you record your flights. This is how you record your endorsements and your certificates. So without this, you can't go fly. A digital one works just as well, to my knowledge, as far as the logbook goes. But there are two things that I always put in my logbook that you really do need to bring. Those two things are your medical, which is one, a piece of paper that you literally just print out, and if an FAA examiner comes over and says, show me your documents, one. The second one is your medical, and the third one is your pilot's license. I'm a student pilot and I actually have a loop card. It's credit card size, goes in your wallet, and you need that, or a printout of that with your airman registry numbers on them to actually fly. Those are the three legal things that you need as a pilot to fly. That is number one, what you actually need to fly. Critical, end of sentence, no questions, ifs, ands, or buts. Second thing that honestly it's almost critical, is a watch. Something that keeps time, because everything that you do in the air is time. How long can you fly? How good is your fuel burn? How long have you been flying? What time did you take off? What time did you hit waypoint X, Y, or Z? You need some sort of watch. You need something to keep time. Airplanes do normally have a chronograph, some type of clock, which normally has a stopwatch feature as well. But there's always the chance that it can be off because it's not on the minimum equipment list. So you legally don't need it to fly. You're always going to want some type of watch. If you have stopwatch features, those are exceptionally better, but something that just can take time, you can write down time. The third thing that I think you really need to have is an e-board. It can be digital or physical. I honestly bring both. I like the physical one because I can put my flight plan on the front, I can put my destination, and then I can put my airport I'm leaving, my destination, my alternate, my aircraft procedures with all my speeds, and then I have a quick tab for my emergency procedures. So all of this is right here, it's right on your leg. You're not going to lose, you're not going to drop it. It's quite literally strapped to your leg. So that's why I absolutely love these things. And these are little 7-ring ISA standard laminated sheets essentially. But I always keep a piece of paper back here, or several actually, because this is where I tend to write down ATC instructions, anything like my time off, if I missed a waypoint, if I deviated, headings, altitudes, next courses, I'll put those all here, because then I can literally look down, flip it over, write the next heading, flip it back, keep flying. If I forgot what it was, I can come right back here. So this is really a must, but you don't necessarily have to have a physical one. I always bring a physical one because it doesn't run out of batteries. Always have this sitting there, and unless you drop it and can't reach it and don't have a passenger that can get it, this isn't going to run away. I always have little floppy. I always have pens, several of them. When I actually go flying, I will put them in these little guys. I will have at least 2 pens accessible because if one dies, I always need a second one. I don't want to call ATC back and go, can you repeat that? And I drop my pen. But I will normally, honestly, fill this little kneeboard with pens. It's incredibly simple to just keep more pens in there. It's very difficult I drop my pen, I don't have one. So you always want to put pens. I always keep them within kneeboard, so I don't really count them as a separate item. So pilots go through pens a lot because you have to have them all the time. And then I usually bring a mechanical pencil or a real pencil as a backup because they don't really run out of ink. So that is number 3 on the list of things that you must bring. Without that, it's pretty difficult to fly. Next thing, where are you going? So this is great if you flight plan your flight and you go, alright, we're going from A to B. That's it. Love it. Write down all your procedures, write down all your frequencies. Say you forgot something. say you wanted to deviate, say you lose an engine and you need to know where the nearest airport is. That's really hard to do, just writing everything down. So the next thing that you need are your charts. I honestly keep 3 of them because unfortunately half the airports that I fly to are on a second sectional, terminal area chart. This one I use for flight planning. The Wichita and Denver sectionals I use for actual flying. So I will open them up, fold them to the section that I'm using, and I will actually stuff them on the dash, on the glare shield, and then if I'm lost, if I need something, I can always pick it up and go, alright, where's the nearest VOR? I'm just going to look at this one, dial it into the radio, see where the heading is. You can always find yourself with charts. You can't find yourself with information you didn't write down. So charts are a must-have. Again, you can have digital charts, but the paper ones don't run out of batteries. So I keep these as a backup, but my primary is the iPad. With the iPad, always comes the charging cable because anything with batteries can run out of batteries, or if you don't charge it the night before, etc. You always need a charging cable. That is always a must-have with the iPad. But the iPad essentially clears off 90% of what's on this table. It does have its own clock. The stopwatch is a little harder to use if you're dual multi-purposing this. You can put in your endorsements into the iPad. You can put in your logbook. You can put in your medical, or at least pictures of it. And you can put in your pilot certificate. So you can technically replace the logbook with an iPad. You can technically replace the timer with an iPad. You can also replace your flight plan and all your waypoints with an iPad. You can also take notes on it, etc. So the iPad will do a lot, including all of your charts, navigation, and it will find you if you get lost. So you don't really have to worry about where you are, where you can make it. It even has a little glide ring that tells you how far you can go. So it will do everything for you. But there's one critical flaw. It runs on batteries. Batteries are susceptible to, quite frankly, dying. They overheat, they just decide they want to lock up and stop working, they can freeze, they can do everything that you don't want them to do, including running out of batteries and, in the extreme case, catching fire. All of which is a bad thing. So as much as I love iPads, they are a roughly critical item for actually navigation and doing, but it cannot be used as your primary only reference. So with the iPad comes the caveat, you must bring all of these as well. Because if you don't have a clock, you're in trouble. The iPad dies and you lose your clock, you're in trouble. The iPad dies and you lose all your notes, you're in trouble. The iPad dies and you get lost, you're very much in trouble. You land and your iPad dies, the FAA comes over and tells you to show all your documents because you legally have to at any time, you're in trouble. So the iPad is a nice consolidation, but it cannot be a primary without a backup. So I use this as a primary, but it has to come with all the backups. The backups are useful, they're nice, and you must prepare to use the backups. So just having these in your bag, way in the back that you can't reach, doesn't help you. You can't exactly hop out of the seat and go get it. So with the iPad, you must also set up and be prepared to use the charts and your need for it. Without all of them, you really can't use the iPad. All you do is bring your iPad, you don't have the backups you need. Airlines have not necessarily found a way around them, but have found that the chances of losing 2 iPads on the pilot and the co-pilot are extremely minimal, plus the airplanes also come with checklists on them, and most of the electronic ones come with electronic checklists, etc. So the airlines can get away with not having everything else, but most pilots wear watches. All pilots must bring their own personal logbooks, even if they're digital, and realistically, as a private pilot, it could be a while before you get to the airlines and you actually need it. In conjunction with the iPad, you also need some place to put it in the cockpit. You can either mount it with the yoke mount that I love, works phenomenal, doesn't really go anywhere, doesn't wiggle. There are several other mounting options that I've covered in the previous video for the home sim. You can use any of them, you can use all of them, you can use none of them. It's all up to you on which one of those you want to use. You can also use a different kneeboard, which you can consolidate with the other one. You can have iPad on the back, all of this stuff on the front. Works great, I've done it. It's a little too big for me to use in the cockpit, so I try and keep things physically the same cockpit home sim. So I really don't use this one just because it's physically so big on my lap that it impedes my controls. So I prefer to mount it on the yoke. A little harder to write on, but also when you have the yoke pulled back, you can still write. Or if the yoke's just in the way, you can still write and you're not worrying about obstructing it. So this is an option, but some way of mounting the iPad is definitely critical. The other final critical piece is this guy. You need a headset, whether it comes with the airplane, whether you buy your own, which I would personally recommend just buy your own. You have no idea whose sweat, how much sweat, or what other things are on somebody else's airplane's headset. So I would recommend buying your own. It doesn't have to be a fancy one. It doesn't have to be super noise canceling, $1,000 Bose, $1,200 Bose. They can be $150 set of Bose. They do make them all the way across the spectrum range. These are David Clark's. I like them. They work phenomenally. I will try to get lists of all this stuff down in the description along with all the other things. But these work phenomenally. I absolutely love them. After I had a borrowed set in the flight school cutout, I bought my own. Next day, I bought my own because realistically I don't want to deal with not having a working comm system. That's actually under a almost emergency procedure in the airplane, and it does fall underneath the emergency tab in the checklist. So you do not want to lose comms. I'm bringing my own from now on. Also, I have no idea what's on there. Kind of nasty when you think about it, so don't think about it too much. But this is my nice small list of things that I bring every time into the airplane, no matter where I'm going or what I'm doing. Logbook, some way to keep time, flight plan, and a place to keep notes, charts, some way to mount my iPad along with the iPad, and occasionally I will actually bring multiple mounting options in case one doesn't work, one falls off, there's no glare shield mounts, there's no armrest. So all of those are, well, the mounting options are nice to have. Once you figure out one you like, you don't have to bring the rest. And then a headset. Whether it comes with the airplane that you're renting or you bring your own, I would recommend bringing your own, but you need a headset. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing what my minimum equipment list that I will not fly without. Well, I will not fly without this row. The iPad's a nice to have, but I use it as a primary and I love to fly with it. So it falls into the almost primary for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the list. Definitely leave comments and let me know if you guys would change anything, if you would add anything to a completely critical, cannot fly without these things. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.